Hey, Facebook family and friends. I have another quick little tip or food for thought, if you will. Again, my name is Charity Majors if you are just joining me for the first time. And for me, I'm a speaker and author, and I empower girl bosses and pageant women to find their voice, to stand out, to streamline their brand, and to build a tribe so that their movement and message can change the world. So again, if you are joining me on the broadcast, feel free to say hi when you join in. I'll make sure to acknowledge you, put your name up on the screen as you are seeing this, if you are joining me live, and if you are catching the replay, then you can just see all of the other fun people that are joining me on the show, on the broadcast. So hey, Sammy. Oh, Sammy, I just love you to death. Sammy is a dear friend. She is a rock star. Follow her if you get a chance. She's doing some pretty amazing things. Sammy, thanks for joining. But I wanted to kind of chat a little bit about this concept of doing, or you're probably already doing, the worst of what could happen. And it's coming from, and I've heard this before and I loved it, but today, this morning, it really reminded me of this instance. And so my family and I and my niece and a couple of my nieces, so my husband, myself, my son, my sister-in-law, her daughter, so my niece and then my other niece, we were all at jump time. We were having a blast. We were running around and jumping and doing flips and slam dunking the ball and all of this super fun stuff. And it was just a really fun morning of play, just getting out of our heads and being present and just playing and really being brave with things as well. And fun morning of play and of being adventurous and jumping into the foam pit and, you know, walking on these little tightrope things and climbing up these walls and these rope walls, and it just really brought out that sense of adventure and spirit, or that adventurous spirit, not only in myself, but it was really fun because my 4-year-old niece, I was with her and we were in this fun little, it was like American Ninja Warrior area, and there was this a big slide that is up on the second level of this American Ninja Warrior place thing that we were doing, and there was this really like complicated net thing that we had to climb, and we had to get all the way up to the second level. And so she was kind of scared and she wasn't sure if she wanted to do it, and I got to talk to her for a minute and just kind of squat down and look her in the eye and say, okay, so let's think about this for a second. Let's think about the worst that could happen. Right, so I'll be with you and I'll be climbing up this big second level, this 2-story thing. I'll show you guys a picture actually. It's pretty fun. So if you guys can see this, like we scaled up this thing on the inside, and you kind of have to loop, zigzag in and out, and then you get up here, and then you go down this big fast slide right here that goes all the way up from the top. And so I talked to her and I said, okay, so do you feel that feeling of maybe being nervous, or maybe where you're kind of getting butterflies and you're not sure if you want to do it, or you might feel a little anxious, or just kind of these feelings that if we're doing something that is causing us to be brave? She was like, yeah. And I was like, if you can follow that feeling for not only the majority of your life, for most of your life, then you are going to have a life filled with fun and adventure and courage and bravery and wonder and excitement and all of this different stuff. that if you follow that feeling of fear, if you will, or anxiety, or the butterflies, or the, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't know if I should do this. So if you can follow that, and I said, okay, so like, what's the worst that can happen? Maybe we climb up and it's hard and we don't get all the way up there and we come back down, right? And we're already standing here. So we are already doing the worst case scenario. And she was like kind of interested in this whole concept of, okay, like, what does it look like to be brave in my life? And where can I draw out courage in my life? And where am I already doing the worst case scenario? Maybe in your life, where are you already doing the worst case scenario of something, if you will? That might be, you might need courage to step out and to start a new business, or courage to step out and work on your side hustle, or courage to step out and join a new group, or courage to step out and put your kids in a different school, or whatever that might mean. And if you break it down and say, okay, what's the worst that can happen? I back it up and it's like, okay, like I fail, or I fumble, or I lose a little bit of money, or whatever it is, but then I'm just right back where I am now. So I'm already doing the worst case scenario. So just kind of food for thought, that I want to encourage you that wherever in your life that you might be coming up against that, I don't know if I want to scale this wall, I don't know if I want to go for this thing, I don't know if I want to build it or write it or say it or go for it, whatever it might mean, you are probably already doing the worst case scenario of that situation. So I say go for it. I say build the thing, write the thing, sell the thing, say the thing, whatever that thing is that you are feeling some of the butterflies, or the anxiety, or even the fear of the not enough, if you don't have what it takes, or the whatever it might mean. You're already probably doing the worst case scenario. So just as an encouragement, do it. Go for it, you guys. Because if you can follow that feeling and go for it, just like my 4-year-old niece, she got done, you guys. And look at this. She climbed up, we slid down the slide, and she was just ecstatic. Like, look at this, just this sweet little face. And she was so excited, and just arms up in the air, and just shining bright, because she felt courageous and she felt amazing, and she was so proud of herself. She was up on that second story floor, and she was just like, Aunt Charity, we did it. This is the best thing ever. So just to encourage you guys to go for it, to do it, because it's going to be the best thing ever, and you're going to have that life filled with adventure and joy and wonder and all of the feels. So go for it, you guys. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys